Hello, Jody Olette here, your home business transformation authority. Today, I really want to talk to you about the topic of what does it take to really build long-lasting success in the home business and MLM industry. And the reason I want to talk to you about this, what inspired me to put this together, was I had heard about this recent poll that polled Americans asking about what their plans were for financial security and wealth. An astounding 25% of our population answered with their plan for wealth was winning the lottery. Now, that got me to thinking about our industry and the fact that we have a very high number of people who get started in a home business with that exact same type of lottery ticket winning mindset and mentality. In other words, they don't have the proper expectations. They're not being realistic when starting their business. And so what I want to show you are some common pitfalls to avoid, what I call the MLM fantasies. Okay? And then I also want to just give you a very simple formula for creating wealth and success in this industry. So let's talk about the MLM fantasies to avoid. Number one, thinking it will be a piece of cake. If you are starting your business thinking that you're just going to be able to do a few simple things, lay a foundation, and the checks will start rolling in or magically appear in your mailbox, I'm here to tell you that's not going to happen. Okay? Reality is, if you want to build anything of significant value, it requires time and effort, plain and simple. Okay? Fantasy number two, just get your 2 or 3 people. Now, we've all heard this because compensation plans for the majority of companies are based on, maybe helping 2 teams or 3 teams. It can be more than that, but most common are 2 or 3. And so most people perceive that as, I can recruit 2 or 3 people and now I've got my people to work with and we're going to build a business together and be super successful. Well, what you're failing to understand, or maybe what people are failing to tell you, is that they're not talking about people. They're referencing leaders. Okay, these are serious, success-driven business builders. And it may take you sponsoring 10, 20, 30, even 40 people to find your 2 or 3 serious business builders. Okay, MLM fantasy number 3, the overnight success myth. We've all heard the stories of people getting started. Within a few months, they're generating 6-figure incomes, right? Well, this is not typical and it is not the average, and so I don't want you to base your expectations on that very small percentage of people, okay? And so you want to be more realistic in terms of, and I'm not saying, by any means that you should minimize your dream or not reach for the stars or not reach high, but I don't want you to set yourself up for failure from the beginning by setting too high of expectations, okay? If you think I'm going to get started today, 3 months from now I'm going to be making thousands a month, or 6 months from now I can quit my job and all of my problems are solved, I'm here to again tell you, if you are in a traditional MLM, on average it takes 3 to 5 years to build a sustainable income. Fantasy number 4, everyone wants your products. This is going to be easy to sell. You know what? It doesn't matter how great your company is, how great your products are, how wonderful they are, how excited you are. Not everyone is going to buy your products. Everybody has different tastes, opinions, desires, needs, wants, and not everybody is going to be as excited as you are. And so here's the thing. You just simply need to have a plan in place based on proper expectations. You need to expect that you will hear more people say no than yes. That way, you can plan your strategies accordingly to make sure that you have enough people viewing your, information on your products and your opportunity on a daily basis. Fantasy number 5, finding people is easy. The number one problem facing network marketers today is a lack of leads, okay? This can be easy if you have the right marketing systems and strategies and tools in place for your business, but that is going to be the key. If you're simply following a lot of old school methods, I will tell you it is easy to run out of people fast. Okay. Lastly, I want to talk about the I have arrived mentality. And this happens when, maybe you start out in business, you get some success early on, maybe you hit a certain income target, a certain promotion, whatever the case is. And a lot of times people will stop doing what they were doing to get them to that position. And so what happens is, all of a sudden, maybe they stop recruiting, advertising, maybe they stop, focusing on personal growth or learning new skills, whatever the case may be. But what happens is all of a sudden they go, oh my gosh, you know what, my team isn't really producing right now. My numbers are not growing. I'm stagnant, or even worse, I'm decreasing. And the reason is you are the leader. You are the example. You're the pace car for your team. You set the pace. And so you need to be active. You need to lead your team by example, especially if you want your business to continue to grow, because if you're not active, it will stay where it's at. Now, what exactly do I mean by chasing fantasies leads to poverty? There's a cycle that you can get into, because if you start your business with unrealistic expectations, with this lottery mindset, which is ultimately a fantasy, what happens is when you face a challenge, you're not prepared for it, okay? You weren't expecting it, and so it's more easy to become discouraged and frustrated, and pretty soon you're blaming the company, you're blaming your mentor, you're blaming your leaders for your lack of success. Eventually you quit, you move on to another company. Well, guess what? That cycle repeats itself. You'll do the exact same thing in that next company because you haven't changed your thinking and your expectations, okay? And so this happens way too often with people. They will move from company to company to company to company because they're not getting the results, and it's always the company's fault. Eventually, you exhaust yourself, you exhaust your resources, and give up on your dream. And I'm here to tell you that success and wealth is absolutely possible in this industry when you know the formula. Here it is. It's very simple, okay? It's not a magic bullet, but most people never do this. Number one, prioritize. Your priorities in the beginning should be taking action, talking to people, finding customers. Don't worry about, how organized your desk is, or how beautiful it looks, or how great your new computer is. None of that matters if your business isn't generating an income, so you need to take action. Number two, you need to plan your work. Have your strategies and your marketing plan in place. Number three, work your plan diligently with excellence in all you do. And this is plain and simple, hard work. You just need to work hard. Number four is discipline. It is not enough to show up for your business when you want or when you feel like it. You need to show up consistently, you need to show up on time, and you need to show up prepared to work. Lastly, give first without expectation. Don't give to people with the expectation of what you can get and what you can receive. This is a people-driven, people-helping, people-driven business. You need to take the focus off of yourself and put it on, how can I help others? How can I give people information of value that will help them to advance their skills and advance their business? When you do this, I've witnessed so many people literally transform their business when they took the focus off of them and just simply put it on helping people. You can literally change your results overnight. Now, if you are sitting here going, okay, I get it, this formula is absolutely simple, I just need to plan my work and I need to work my plan and be diligent and persistent, but I don't have any strategies and I don't really know how to do that. I've got a great resource for you. It's becomingchangeagents.com. It's your resource for training, marketing systems, tools, developing your on-purpose life. You'll gain access to exactly what I do, same tools, same systems that I use to build my business online and generate leads for myself on a daily basis. The time is now. I absolutely encourage you, do not procrastinate, get busy, don't put your future on hold, and I wish you the absolute best to your success.